All right, pulling away from washing the car and vacuuming the car, and about to head down to the study hall that I frequent usually when I'm off or Saturdays. Do some research and work on business ideas, which I will divulge to you at a later time. Something I've been working on for almost a year now with a particular development company out in Austin, Texas, and the business is called Cityscape. And basically it's a entertainment platform, kind of providing tours around the city. But we'll discuss more on that later. For now, I wanted to get on here and rant a bit. I suddenly experienced a sharp downturn in my emotions and feelings, and I'm not certain as to why per se, what it means or whatever, but my countenance fell, my attitude, my mood was affected, everything just suddenly fell. I was on a high. I did the video coming out of the shower. Now I'm not sure if this is symptomatic of withdrawals or what have you. Not having any alcohol, not having any cigarettes or anything, that I was accustomed to. It's day 5. So I would have thought that if there were going to be any symptoms like that they would have happened day 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. But right away, as I was at the island in the kitchen preparing my meal, I thought back and I was reminded about the negative and positive things that we have to deal with, those things that I claim are natural and that we should expect. And when I thought back to that, it's very windy outside, by the way. I think I'll stop here. When I thought back to that, something in me said, mind you, I went to grab an egg as I'm preparing the meal. I went to grab an egg. It slipped out of my hand and fell right at my feet. And I don't remember the last time I've dropped an egg while making eggs. I mean, a whole egg. I mean, I've cracked them and some of the yolk has gotten on the table. But yeah, and so that was enough, obviously, to annoy me. And I immediately perceived that as a negative. Okay? And so that reinforced and doubled down on the moment I was already experiencing, where I said my countenance, it fell. I felt this, it was like a darkness suddenly just hit me out of nowhere. I felt like I just got the announcement that a friend died or something like that. That's how I felt. And I was like, why can't I just don't feel like I could pull myself out of this. Like, I feel like crap. And mind you, again, this was after the video, after coming out of the shower. I did the video this morning, I think around 8 o'clock. And this situation probably took place around 10:30, 11. Well, maybe 10:30. And so, again, I was reminded of the message, of the negative that, accompanies the positive and everything like that. I remembered that. And I said to myself, okay, how am I going to turn this I need balance. I need equilibrium. How am I going to turn this into a positive situation so that this negative could cancel out? Remember, a negative and a positive cancel out? That's what we're trying to, or we should be aspiring to obtain, is equilibrium. Not extreme highs, not extreme lows, not super, excited, not super sad. We're supposed to be somewhere right in the middle, what they would call a gray area. That should be our constant, our normal. The normal position should be at an equilibrium, okay? So, again, a negative and a positive will put you there. They will cancel each other out, and you'll just be on an even keel or centered. Center is zero. And so what I came up with was, well, I got to go down there to the floor and clean it anyways. So while I'm down there, one positive I can think of is to do 25 push-ups. And so, even though I didn't want to, even though inside of me it was saying, this is dumb, this is stupid, I did it nonetheless. And I have to be honest with you, within seconds of doing so, I felt better. Way better. I felt like I had recentered myself and I was back at zero. So take that for what you will. Okay? Now, after that event, it did not take much for me to once again return to what I perceived was a negative draw, more so. The positive, something had taken me off. I'm not going to go into details, but I just got way back down again. I just wasn't feeling it again and what have you. Now, we have to be careful. This is what I'm talking to myself, and hopefully it's assisting and helping you as well. We have to be careful because we can set our own self up for failure. Because one thing I found, and what we discovered was I had not eaten yet. I had not eaten. It's 10:30, 11 o'clock. I had not eaten. I have not taken my vitamins. Life was beginning to move already. The children were up screaming, yelling, like it's Saturday and it's Friday. It's Saturday for me, but it's Friday for them. And I was not ready for that. I was not prepared for that. But I had not gave myself the opportunity, the proper opportunity. I had not introduced enough of the positive into the AM to prepare myself for all of the negativity or negatives. Now, I would hope that by now you understand what I mean by negativity and negatives. So to qualify, what I mean is not the conventional definition that we have come to know as bad or good. When I'm saying negative, I want to get away from the connotation of bad. Okay? Bad is the news that I just heard recently, just about 10 minutes ago. Bad is this individual in Milwaukee who, has been littering body parts all over the city, and now they finally charged him with it. That's, to me, wicked, evil, bad. But when I'm saying negative, I'm talking about the effect that something has on you. So he did bad and severing and killing perhaps and all that kind of stuff. He's charged with this young lady that was missing from April 2nd. You know, bad is that, what he's done, what he allegedly has done. The effect of the bad that he's allegedly done is negative to the family and to us as citizens. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so I want to get away from looking at this as bad and good. I want to look at this as negative and positive. And what I'm saying is, perhaps if I had prepared myself before getting involved in the goings on of the day, if I had properly fed myself, fortified myself, then perhaps I would have dealt with things on a different wavelength. I would have dealt with things better. I would have been more ready, I'll just say. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying? And the longer you go without eating or, giving yourself those nutrients, vitamins, minerals that you need, perhaps the harder it is for you to recover. Because you might have that deficit, it might take some time to recover. And so this is what has transpired. This is what I'm learning. It's an ongoing learning thing. This is about manifestation. This is about the positive and negatives. This is about becoming more grounded, more centered. This is about reaching an equilibrium. Learning these lessons to make ourselves better people. Okay? And so these are the things I learned today. And I'm going to start to exercise introducing those positives for each negative. That's the only way that we can reach that equilibrium. Okay? And so I'm going to call it a win today. I'm going to call it a learning lesson. I'm going to take those negative situations and find the positive, introduce the positive. Now, lastly, and in closing, I'll say this, that our bodies are meant to be neutral. We're supposed to be neutral. And we are to be affected by either positive or negative influences. Our bodies are fitted with what are known as emotions, which are energy in motion, emotion, essentially. And so when two positives occur around us and one negative moves in, okay, it's still it's still going to be positive. Two positives, one negative. So it just takes one away. And that, excuse me. It wasn't intentional. Anyhow, you get what's going on. So anyways, two positives, one negative. The situation still remains positive. There's one positive left, correct? Good math, right? All right. So the disposition, my emotion, what I emote from my body will be positive. Okay? I contend that this neutral ground will indicate the status, okay, of the situation surrounding. We are the battleground. We are the center of the universe. This is consistent with the teaching from a day or two ago. We are the center of our universes. Notice I said our universe. Each one of us have our own universe. And be prepared to deal with the negatives and positives that are going to be spinning around you, like they claim in the conventional understanding of the cosmos. All right? Just consider these things. All right, 15 minutes. I'm going to try to get better at that. What say you? Any comments? Put them in the comment section. We're going forward in our day. And we have to be mindful of those negatives, just like we have to be mindful of those positives. When a negative comes, you got to find a positive to balance it out, to reach your equilibrium. You want your day, ideally, to neither end on an extreme high or on an extreme low. A win is to come in at equilibrium, peace, tranquility. Okay? Let's do it. Talk to you soon. Peace.